So
I just want to say I appreciate y'all. Like Fitness Destination has been like a community, like family. Like checking on me, every trainer checking on me. It felt good.
Everybody good? All right, so we are here with another episode of Reps and Real Talk. Episode number 4. We are very, very honored to have our second guest here, Krystal Peoples. And we're just excited to have you because we want to talk to you about just some of the adversity you've been through, your incredible mindset, and how you've been able to overcome and continue to overcome some of the challenges that you've had. So me and Gretchen are excited to have you, and we look forward to hearing your story.
yeah,
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
I think you have a really hard but good story to tell because you've, dealt with something for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
So let's just kind of start off with talking a little bit about yourself and kind of how long you've been with Fitness Destinations and.
Wow, I don't know. It's like when you're having a good time, it just all runs together. So I don't know.
I know, I'm trying to think how long it's been. At least 3 years.
Yeah, I would say at least 3 years. I
Krystal's been with us a little over 3 years.
Yeah, I cannot remember.
Yeah, it's been a little over 3 years.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Yeah, so just tell a little bit about yourself.
Okay, cool beans. Well, I'm Krystal Peoples, and I'm originally from Shelby, North Carolina. Came here to Charlotte to go to college to John C. Smith. Go Bulls, Golden Bulls. To play basketball. So.
Oh, really? Because you're over 6 feet tall?
How did you know this? So yeah.
Because I talk to you like this.
So yeah, I thought I'd use his height for my advantage. So yeah, so that's what brought me to Charlotte, and married to my husband Chris, which I will meet later, and yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
So the big reason why we wanted to have you on the podcast is you were diagnosed with breast cancer a year and a half ago.
Yes.
And obviously you've come out on the other side stronger and better for it, but you certainly went through a lot.
Yes.
So maybe talk about when you got your diagnosis and kind of how it all began.
I got my diagnosis just going through my annual mammogram, going to get checked. I have a history of cancer in my family, so I've been getting checked for a few years now, and just normal check. They said they saw something that was a little unusual. They want to do some more tests, and I didn't think anything of it. Just was like, okay,
Yeah.
Then ran some more tests, and I started to get a little anxious, a little nervous. Then I got that phone call. And to be completely honest, when the lady called me, I told her words exact. I said, "Are you sure you mean to call me and not someone else?" And she was like, "Krystal Peoples." And I said, "Yes." And she was like, "No, unfortunately, yes, I have the right person." And it's just time stopped. Like, just, I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Yeah. And what type of breast cancer did you have?
I had invasive ductal carcinoma.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And what is that? What's the difference? I didn't know there was a difference in breast cancers.
Yeah, so you have certain breast cancers where they're like pretty much most breast cancers start underneath the underarm. Mm-hmm. And so, but when it becomes to actually kind of take over your breast or in your breast tissue, that's when it's called invasive, and it takes over the ducts in your breast.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of the difference. So some people will just have breast cancer and it stays in your armpit, but when it actually starts to travel into the breast, that's when it's considered to be invasive. And the type that I had was actually called HER2 positive, which is a rare
I was going to say, I've heard of, estrogen driven, triple negative when they don't really know what drives it.
Yeah.
But you had something
completely
different.
Yeah. So it was HER2, it's called HER2 positive, and it's pretty much fed off a protein that your body is producing in your body that feeds the cancer. And so that's why my treatment plan was a little different than most. I couldn't take a pill or things like that because this was kind of a newer cancer. So it was kind of the only treatment they had was kind of like old school, which was chemo.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you do a combination of both chemo and radiation?
Yes, I had the works. So I did chemo, radiation, 2 surgeries, and then went back into chemo to do maintenance chemo as well. So.
And what was the timeline of that?
As far as the chemo, so the first chemo session was a total of 6 rounds, which I did it every 3 weeks. And then after that, I had my surgeries. Consisted of 2 surgeries within a 2-week time frame, and then I had 30 sessions of radiation. So for 6 weeks, I went to radiation every day. And then after that, I went through 8 more rounds of chemo. And that was considered like a maintenance chemo because after I went through the surgeries and they did a pathology report, they still found residual cancer. So just as a precaution, they did additional chemo just to make sure that, you know, everything was, all those cancer cells were dead.
Wow.
So yeah, so a long road.
What was your biggest hurdle? I mean, obviously you have the physical piece of it, the emotional piece of it, and the mental piece of it. So breaking that down, like what was, I mean, overall, what was the hardest thing going through this journey?
Not having control. Like,
yeah.
And I kept telling myself like, okay, like I have cancer. Cancer doesn't have me. And that's what I kind of continue to tell myself, to kind of say, you know, I have control. I'm driving this narrative, but even with saying that, it was hard because there were certain things that I couldn't control that were out of my control. And I think that's the hardest aspect of it. It's just physically not having control over my body as far as how I felt, the things that I could eat, what I could do. It limited me. And it's just, that's never been something that I've experienced. So
I have to say, I mean, I know you took a break from the gym for a while just because you really couldn't physically work out. But you have always stayed positive through this whole thing. Like, you still stayed Krystal. You're still, I mean, maybe I didn't see the bad parts of Krystal, but I really believe, I mean, and it's the power of positivity, right? Yeah. I think that's a big part of it. So,
I still remember, like, I remember when you came and you told me that you had it. And we were working out and you were like, I thought I was in trouble when you told me that you took me outside and we were walking, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what's this woman about to tell me? And I just remember, for one, feeling so honored that you would have at least thought to share it with us, because you see us as a huge support system. And I remember you saying, you know, I'm telling my support team. You know, I got my husband, Chris. I got my family. I got my gym. And I got my doctors and everyone that's helping me through this. And I remember this distinctly, you saying, don't feel sorry for me. Yeah. You were saying, don't treat me any different. And to me, that shows so much strength, because at that point, it's kind of hard for us. I remember coming back and telling the rest of the team and saying, you know what, man, there are people that are going through some things mentally and that wear it so beautifully that you will never know. And for you to express that to us, man, I was honored. I almost cried after, because I was like, you know, these people really see, especially you, see something in us that, you know, we come to work and sometimes we think it's just, you know, you work, and but for you really saw us as like a family, you know, and I really take that, I don't take that lightly, and none of us here take that lightly, because in our meetings, we were like, yo, listen, have y'all checked on Krystal this week? Have y'all talked to this? And they're like, yeah, I called her, Jocelyn was all on it. Gretchen was on it. Martin, all of us were on it. And it honestly brought all of us together, because it made us feel like, you know, we got to be there for our sister, you know, through it all. So I can't tell you enough how much it means to us for you to even at least just share that with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, y'all are my community. Like, when I thought about, like, okay, I'm going on this journey, like, who's going to go on this journey with me? Like, yeah, this is my gym family. Like, this is my support. And it's just like, it was important to me to keep as much, you know,
normalcy
as possible. And it's like, okay, yeah, I'm still going to the gym. And it was so important for me. I didn't want, like, people to see me and feel sorry for me. Or see me and say, okay, well, like, you know, she has cancer. Like, no, I'm Krystal.
Yeah.
And that's how I want to be seen. I don't want to be treated any different. I still want, you know, count every burpee. And don't let me cheat. Like, that was important to me. That was a part of me keeping my normalcy and keeping that control over cancer, that, like, it's not going to stop me. I'm going to continue to push through. So
let me ask you something. I know that when people go through certain things, and whether it be good or bad, there's always people that have to put 2 cents in, right? And there's always people that say, you know, you need to do this, you need to do this. And a lot of information may not be, you may not want all the information, or you may not want things. How did you deal with certain things, and did you have that experience?
I did. Wow. Chris and I was just talking about this the other day, when somebody asked me had I spoken to a certain person. I was like, no. And I think that's kind of when it ruffled the feathers. But yeah, I had those people that wanted to chime in. And the one thing that I wanted to be very direct about is that, you know, while I appreciate people, because, you know, I know they're trying to come from a good place, my experience is my experience. It might not be like your experience. And what I don't want you to do is transfer that negativity onto my experience. Because I do believe in that. And just because you had a particular experience.
Isn't it funny what people will tell you? Like, why would you tell me that? I don't,
It's like, don't even speak that on me, you know? And like you said, I was trying to be so positive, like, even despite, you know, what I was faced with. It's like, okay, I'm gonna be positive no matter what, I'm gonna be positive. And then it's like, here comes the negativity. And it's like, so.
It's the energy zappers.
Yeah.
Because you're such a half full, not half empty person. Even through this whole process, you've always stayed positive. And because even my friend that went through it, she was kind of a lot more negative about it, and
I was like,
the ice cap and losing her hair, and I'm like, it's just hair. It's gonna come back.
But it's hard though. And
it is hard.
It is. You know, the things, I had that moment with my hair.
You did. I remember.
I was traumatized. I mean, even to the point that, and my best friend, like, I know she probably, if she could have, her face through FaceTimes, like, she wanted to smack me, because I was like, I'm gonna ask him about if there's other options besides the chemo so I can keep my hair. And she was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, I don't want to lose my hair.
And then do you remember when you got your braids, the first time you got your braids again, and they hurt your head, and because you hadn't had them for so long?
It was just, that was definitely.
Because as a woman, it's just different. It's.
Yeah. You mean like your hair? Like
your hair, your breasts, like you're totally transforming your look, and how, you know, part of your aura, if you will, you know.
I don't want to be vain, you know, but those things matter, you know. Those were a part of my, you know, my confidence, you know, my look, you know, things that I value that defined me and who I was. So it's like, that was hard. I mean, I remember the day that, you know, I made the decision. I think that was like a big part of me, like, taking control, because, like, every day I would wake up trying to see, like, okay, is my hair coming out? Like, what, you know, how can I hide this? And it was just so, it's like I was just kind of grieving every day, as far as, like, you know, and I finally decided that day, I was like, I'm cutting my hair off. And Chris came from somewhere, and I was like, can you cut my hair? And he's looking at me like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like, I want you to just cut my hair. Like,
it's just time.
It's just time. And I had prepared myself, and I guess I sprung it on him, but it was, I think that was one of the moments that I think will stick with me, you know, throughout forever, because I remember in that moment when he was cutting out my hair, and I was like, okay, I got this. I'm going to be strong. I already had cried that morning. I was like, I was good. And then I looked up and he was crying. And, you know, and in that moment, it's just like, it hit me that, like, not only was I going through this, but he was too, which I think was a beautiful moment for us to be able to share. But it was definitely emotional. But at the same time, it was releasing.
Yeah.
Freeing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you know what? Like, I don't have to be traumatized every day about thinking about my
Yeah. But that's one battle that you can, like, I don't need to fight it anymore.
let it go. So yeah, absolutely.
So fitness wise, because I know you had to you didn't come to the gym for a while because you just really just didn't have that energy. Was it energy? Was it, I mean, I think you, 6, 7 months?
Yeah.
I
mean, it was a mixture thing. It was, energy, not being able to eat. So feeling whipped.
Yeah.
The energy, dealing with different symptoms. I had neuropathy, so I couldn't really walk on my feet like that.
Yeah.
Just feeling nauseous. It just seemed like every day it was just a different battle and things like that. Yeah. So it's just, as much as I wanted to push my body, and in the beginning, I would go to chemo, and the next morning I would be in the gym, and it was just like, that would be the highlight of my day, to be like, you know what, I'm kicking cancer's butt. But it just got to a point I had to listen to my body.
Yeah.
And just say,
well, and I think you have to when you're going through something that, I mean, your body went through a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
You have to listen to your body.
Yeah, I agree.
But you're back at the gym now.
Yes, I am.
And how has it been since you've been getting back into it?
To be honest, it's been tough. It's been emotional. And I didn't think that would be the case. I was like, okay, I'm done, with, treatment and this journey. I've crossed the finish line. I'm going to go back in the gym and, I'm going to kick butt and throw up these weights. And that's not it. That is not my reality. So it's been very emotional. I feel like in a sense I've had to kind of grieve the old me. And grieve what I used to be able to do.
I'm sure.
And that's hard. It is. It's very hard. And I shared with you, Jamal, like, the gym used to be my happy place. It used to be when I had a tough day at work, I could come to the gym, I could let it all out in the gym. And now it's still a struggle for me, to be completely honest. It's not that anymore for me. I want it to be, and I'm trying to fight to get it back.
It'll get there.
Yeah, but it's a process.
It is a process.
It's a process.
I just think it's gonna take time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I feel like when you're here, you work, you put in the work.
Oh yeah, I don't have choice. My trainers are,
Yeah.
My trainers, they push me.
Well, she told us. She said, "Don't take it easy." So I'm obliging whatever she told me.
I did say that.
So take us through when you're going through your cancer diagnosis, and I know the biggest thing is when people hit that bell, right? And I just saw it on Instagram, and I saw you had your family with you, your closest friends with you. Like, what does that feel like?
It's hard to put in words. And you ring the bell, and I didn't realize this, but you ring the bell at different stages. And so to me, that was kind of eye-opening, because it's like with cancers, there's different stages to it. Okay. But it's important that you celebrate every success. So like the finish of chemo the first time, I rung the bell. Then when I finished radiation, I rung the bell. And so to me, it was a celebration at every landmark, instead of like waiting to the very end, because it's a long road. It was 1.5 years. So me being able to ring that bell at every milestone, like I made it through chemo. Like, yes, I can do this. Okay, come on, radiation, I got this. So it was just an empowering feeling. It was inspiring that, okay, I made it through chemo. This is the toughest part of it. Okay, like, come on, radiation, come on, surgeries, I got this. And then that final ringing of the bell, and just being surrounded by, my husband and my support system and the nurses and doctors that, cared for me and loved on me and supported me.
Because you had the same team pretty much throughout the whole process.
Yeah, throughout the whole process.
Yeah.
So So I mean, literally, and I was so blessed to have such a phenomenal team that I didn't feel like a number. Like I didn't feel like just another cancer patient.
Well, I'm probably breaking it down, kind of compartmentalize it. So it's like, oh, I won this battle.
Yes, absolutely.
So now I'm going to go to this battle.
Yeah.
And I won this battle.
It pushes you through.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you do one step at a time, right? Yeah. Take a chunk out.
Absolutely. Like you said, the small wins.
Yeah.
The small wins. You celebrate the small wins, the small steps, and get through it. So.
And I'm going to be honest. I feel like when you look at life, of course, no one wants to go through this, right? But, they say God will put no more on you than what you can bear.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've been such a beacon for people. Has anyone reached out to you who's been through it or spoken to you who maybe in early stages or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I've had an opportunity to connect with so many other women that have gotten cancer. Speaking to two ladies now that just recently got a diagnosis, and one was not breast cancer and the other one was breast cancer, but just being able to use my journey, because at first I didn't want to share my journey.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep it to myself because I didn't want to be seen as weak.
Yeah.
I didn't want people to know I was sick or I was going through something. But God really put it on my heart to be like, no, like, I'm taking you through this. This is bigger than you.
Yeah.
And so that's why I tried to be so vocal, because I wanted people to see my walk and the way I went through my walk, and to be able to inspire somebody else and let them know that, you know, you can be positive.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you just figured that out, because you're such a good role model and spokesperson. I think you're perfect for sharing your story.
I appreciate that.
Just because of the way you handled the whole thing.
Yeah.
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 Because you could have done one path, but you chose the different one. So
absolutely.
And then and this is something that I realized. So, you know, this past October, we had our breast cancer walk here at the gym, and you personally was the first person and the only person I personally knew that had went through their diagnosis. But when we started the walk, seeing your story and seeing all of our other members, we've had a good amount of members that are breast cancer survivors as well. And for me, it really brought back home as like, man, this is a community of women who are some freaking strong fighters. Yeah. And not only are they strong fighters, but the people around them are strong. And because it doesn't just affect you, right? It affects your husband, it affects your family, it affects your job, it affects the ripple effect. Can take a toll on so many people. And so just seeing you and all the other ladies out there, it's a beautiful thing. It
was a beautiful event. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know me and Gretchen talk about this all the time. We look forward to like serving more in different causes in different areas, because, you know, for me, had I not known you and to be honest, we probably would not have done that event, you know? Yeah. And just knowing how close it hit home to see like, man, my girl's going through it, you know? It made me and even some of the younger people on our team more aware of how precious life is and really the meaning of it. Yeah. Did you have any feelings like that as far as like looking back at your life and seeing the importance of it and just your time here?
Absolutely. And, you know, before I actually went through this journey, I didn't realize like how many women that breast cancer actually affected. So like, I completely agree with you. I felt like it just opened my eyes to, you know, this disease and how many people it affects. But, you know, even though as brutal as cancer can be, and my journey, and some people might like, okay, like this, how can she say this? But I'm thankful. Yeah, when I say it, when it comes out of my mouth, that sounds crazy. But
I think that's just part of who you are, and you totally chose one way to look at this and go, like you said, cancer is not going to control me, and you never let it control you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you came out on the other side a better person for it. Yeah. Even though it sucked. Yeah. And it was hard.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, it strengthened my relationship with God. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
You know, I was able to inspire other people, connect with some other people. But then also it makes me look at life differently.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't take me beating, you know, cancer, because I know there are women who didn't get the same outcome.
Right.
And I'm very much aware of that. And I'm thankful for that. So it's like I do take life and the ability to, you know, even though it doesn't necessarily feel the same, I don't take for granted being able to come to the gym and run and walk and lift weights, or, you know, just waking up every day is a blessing to me now more than ever, just because of that. So
There's a cool saying that says a person who is healthy has 1,000 goals, and a person who isn't or going through it only has one. You know, and I think it really brings you home, because seeing you and just researching, seeing other women go through it, I'm like, man, it's like this time is precious. Every minute, every moment you get to spend with people, it matters, you know, and excuse me, it made me really sit back and think about like the time that I get to spend with you, the jokes, how we joke around, the time I get to spend with your husband, the time I get to spend with our team here. It really brings home the importance of it. And I think you saying, I'm thankful I went through cancer is probably one of the craziest things I've heard. But I also think it's one of the most powerful things, because your adversity not only has helped so many people, because we've told people about your story. Like when I come in here and I'm like, man, my knees feel like shit. And my wife will literally come around and be like, well, don't you know the girl you about to train going through, damn, get your ass up. And I think it's important to realize that, you know, like
kind of helps put stuff in perspective.
Yeah, it's a blessing to move, be able to run. Even I know you were having issues with your rotation and movement, all those things, it's crazy, but it matters. And I think you're such a strong human being. Yeah.
What was your biggest hurdle that you had to overcome throughout your journey, if you could pick one thing?
And was it mental or physical?
You know what? And I think my doctors took really great care of me, like through my cancer journey, and like far as me physically and making sure I'm like trying to, you know, make me comfortable through the different side effects and things like that. But I think my biggest hurdle is actually now the aftermath of cancer. I didn't consider that. So it's like going through like the actual treatment, it's like I was in survival mode. It was like in fight. So I wasn't really processing what I was going through. I was just, you know, I just got to get through it. So I think my biggest hurdle is actually now the mental aspect. Now it's like when the dust settles, it's like now I have an opportunity to mentally process everything I went through. And I'm like, wow, like I went through a lot. And like, and it's emotional, you know, and it's physical still. So I think that's this is my biggest challenge.
And getting back to your new normal.
And it's like I have a new body. Like when I look at my body, it's a new body. You know, I have, you know, battle wounds now that are different, you know, and my hair and my scars from surgery, and, you know, and even like, you know, the medicine, the weight gain and things like that. So it's truly like learning to love myself
all over again.
You know, it's like reintroducing myself, you know, so it's like, I think this is actually like the biggest challenge is mental. Yeah.
And I know, how do you navigate that? Because I know you were saying like, even the gym, it's not your happy place anymore. It's a place that I feel like you have to be disciplined to go to, and figuring out your new normal of where you're at. How do you navigate that mentally, as far as how do you pick yourself up and say, I'm going to do this shit anyway? How do you, like, what do you pull from in order to do that?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know what? I'm still figuring it out, to be honest. But I constantly have to tell myself to give myself grace.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've had conversations, and I think I am so tough on myself. I am my worst critic. So giving myself grace and celebrating those small wins, and just focusing on showing up for myself.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing that I can do. And trying to not necessarily continue to focus on how it used to look, but embracing the and
even like our other podcast that we had with another client, it's like you show up to the gym, you may not want to come, and maybe you're not going to give 100%, but but you got your ass to the gym, and you're only going to be able to do 60% today, right?
You showed up.
But you showed up, and you got through it, and, you know, and I know that you work with your husband.
Yes.
Which is a good segue to bring him in just to talk for a few minutes. Oh, he's over there.
Yeah.
Jamal, bring that other chair.
You take my spot.
We had to at least have you as a cameo, Chris. You guys work out together. You went through the journey together. What was your biggest hurdle going through this whole journey?
The whole thing. I mean, it was because it's tough having to watch your partner like go through something and you can't do anything about it. You kind of just gotta just be supportive,
right?
You know, and kind of just fill in where they need you and just be there for them. And so since like she got the call to cutting the hair, to going to chemo for the first time, to the doctor visits, it all was like a you know, just a lot. It was a lot to do.
It's a lot to process.
Yeah, definitely is. So yeah.
Well, because she's going through it one way, but I feel like you are going through it in a different way because, yeah, you're on the sidelines and you're not sick and you don't want her to feel bad and you're trying to figure all that out.
Right.
So I know that's hard.
Yeah.
But you guys make a good team.
Right. That's definitely what it takes is teamwork.
It does take teamwork.
Yeah.
Because you always come to the gym together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Chris would still come even when you couldn't.
I know.
And now, and now you're back. Yeah. So how is it? How is figuring out this new normalcy as a partnership, teamwork?
Well, I would say I'm thankful for Chris because especially in the state of mind I am now when it comes to the gym, and it not being my happy place, being able to have like a partner that I can come to the gym that can not only hold me accountable, but also kind of like, you know, just help encourage me. Or, you know, days that I don't necessarily feel like going to the gym or working out, like I feed off your energy, you know, so that's helpful for me to be able to, you know, just, you know, pull from you. So I appreciate that. That definitely has helped me a lot, you know, along the way, just kind of gradually get back into things.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah.
And so moving forward, because you're both going to keep coming to the gym.
Well, we'll come to them. We'll come to them. I said, I'll come to you. Yeah.
Yeah. So from a fitness standpoint, for the both of you, like, what's your next, like, hurdle goal? What do you want to accomplish, like, in the short term, like even in the next 6 months? Because I know that you've just really kind of started getting back in the groove of working out and coming with Chris. And
I would say my goal is to be consistent. Is consistently show up. I'm a woman, so of course, you know, that weight loss is in there. It just has to be like, I want to lose some of this cancer weight and get some of my strength back. You know, come to the gym and feel strong and feel confident. So,
good.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And I would like to ask Chris, because with you being a huge support for Krystal, how would you tell other people to help support their partners or significant others that
it's got to be something you want to do?
Yeah.
Krystal would, you know, have her moments with, I'm so grateful. I'm so, girl.
We went through it.
We took vows.
Yeah.
If I didn't do it, then I wouldn't be doing what I said that I was going to do on that day in front of our family, in front of my mom and your family, your dad. He walked you down the aisle. And like, as if I wasn't going to be here, that would be him coming up here and sitting with you. Because he's that kind of dad. Yeah. He's going to, like, you know, check on. And I think that he probably would say good things about me because he didn't have to worry as much Because I was there with it. But like I said, man, I was doing something that I was supposed to do, and I just think it's a testament to how I was raised. I think it's a testament to the fraternity that I'm in, because we stand heavy on like service and taking care of being a provider and a protector of the women who you are responsible for, the woman that you came from, the woman that you married, and the little ones that you create, you know. So it has to be an attitude, man. It's because marriage will, not only marriage, but situations like that in marriage will reveal you. And if you're not built to serve another person, then when they're going through something like that, when they can't serve themselves, it's gonna reveal itself. Yeah. So you either built for it or you ain't. And if you're not, don't go say the vow that you're gonna do the things that you may have to do when your partner goes through. And it also brought me comfort knowing that I'm married to the kind of person that if the tables were turned, that she would be doing the same exact thing. Because we talking about just simple allergies or bad hangovers. Yeah. Playing nurse at the house, right?
Yeah.
You're like, here's that. You know what I'm saying? So it's reciprocity, man.
I was reading an article, and it was a pastor. I can't think of the pastor name, but they were saying that this is the way that you find the perfect partner is a wife or husband. Is you find someone who you would go to war with. Mm-hmm. And they said, not how they look is pretty, or if y'all smile when you go out. If you can stand toe-to-toe with this person, man or woman, and if y'all can go to war together and you feel confident that this person got your back and you got their back, and that's really what y'all went through. Y'all went through a damn war, man.
Yeah. And I think what you saying that, Jamal, it's like, you know, other aspects of life don't stop because of cancer. Okay, you got cancer, so all the others. So it's like, marriage is already not for the weak. You know, your life happens, and then it's like, you add cancer into it. So to me, I feel like in a sense, it like strengthened our bond, because it's like, you know, we might have had a little tap about something else, but it's just like, what time is your chemo appointment?
In the scheme of
what time I need to be there?
Not unloading the dishwasher isn't a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm still going to show up for you.
Yeah.
I'm still going to support you. I'm still going to be there for you. And I think that's what it's about. You know, just showing up despite it all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Showing up. So, yeah. And
like what you said, you got to want it. Mm-hmm. It's like you got to want to do this for your partner. And I think that's really what love is. Most people think love is, you know, when you're happy all the time. Love it's an action. And I think that's an ultimate action. Like even with your frat, it's service and how you serve one another. It really says a lot about the both of you guys, because I don't think you two realize how much of a role model that you are for not only other marriage couples, but just people in general. When you guys come into the gym, they're like, Krystal in here, they working out today? Because the energy that y'all have is infectious, and it's not nothing you can fake. It's you either got it or you don't.
Yeah.
And when y'all come in, it's like everyone's like looking, oh, Chris is here. They about to get it working. They about to work out. It's about to be an awesome time for this 45 minutes that they about to work out. From 8 to 9, it's about to be. And I think that says a lot about the both of you. You know, I know marriage is not easy, and I know going through this on top of marriage is definitely not easy. And you guys just make it look smooth, but I know. And
you're definitely each other's biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
Like I feel like.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that your relationship has come out on the other side even stronger than what it was before.
Yeah.
Which is a testament.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess what's one thing that you would say to somebody that's starting their breast cancer journey, and, you know, obviously the fitness journey, when you have to stop, when you have to get, like, what's your best advice that you could give now that you're on the other side of it?
I would say allow yourself to be human. Allow yourself to feel. It's okay to, want to push through and be strong and, and be positive.
Yeah.
But also feel your emotions. And it's okay because you're human. Don't, try to redirect them or hold them in. Listen to your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, just listen to your body. It's going to tell you what it needs and what it doesn't need. And just go from there.
Well, you're a super, super example of how you can overcome adversity, and you could make it a tragic story, but you chose to make it to champion through and really come out on the other side. Like, I'm so proud of you. So, yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
I know, I'm a crier.
Okay, that's fine. Yep.
I'm so glad you didn't cry.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But no, we so appreciate you coming. It's good because you went through crap.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Yeah.
And it was a long journey.
Yeah.
But you're still Krystal.
I am.
You're still Krystal.
I am. I'm still Krystal.
You're still the same person that you were a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So
I just want to say I appreciate y'all. Fitness Destination has been like a community, like family. Like checking on me, every trainer checking on me. It felt good to because oftentimes when you're not present, you feel like, oh, are they forgetting about me and things like that. But it's like, and I miss coming to the gym. So being able to get those text messages to be like, hey, or seeing somebody out from the gym and even the members, and them asking me, how I'm doing, or, we miss you at the gym. Like that meant the world to me. So this is so much more than a gym to me. Like, this is a community. Right. This is family. And I just appreciate y'all for taking the journey with me and just showing up for me and supporting me and just loving me through it. Of course. Of course. So thank you. Yeah. Thank you for being here. That was awesome. Thank you.
Episode 4.
This is a good one.
We made it. Thank y'all so much, man.